Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, August 12th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Flagler County's top cop is vehemently opposing the early release of a man convicted in the killing of a sheriff's deputy. John Arking reports.
In a letter written last week, Sheriff Rick Staley told the Florida Commission on Offender Review he was absolutely opposed to the release of Bruce Grove Jr.
Inmate Grove killed Deputy Charles Chuck Cease on July 6, 2003. When he was driving a stolen vehicle after leaving the scene of a domestic violence in Flagler Beach and purposely struck Deputy Cease while he was trying to put out stop sticks. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for a variety of felony charges. He needs to continue to pay his sentence in prison until his scheduled release date in 2033. He killed a cop. He needs to pay for it.
Grove Jr. is currently being held at the Florida Department of Corrections Taylor Annex with a release date of January 26, 2033. According to the Sheriff's Office, Deputy Cease was a newlywed at the time of his death. He'd only been on the job for 2 months, although he was a veteran law enforcement officer, having previously served 5 years as a police officer in Connecticut. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
Palm Coast wants to do an assessment of its roadways so the city can determine which roads need to be fixed now and which ones can wait. Amy Cherry has more.
Carl Cote, the city's director of stormwater and engineering, is urging council to approve more than $160,000 to get this work done.
So some of the pavement management best practices, scan the roads every 4 to 5 years so you can get accurate current information. We have a computer database for this data, and we can plug and play as we pave roads. We can input that data and print new models, come up with new data. It's really the best program to scientifically go around and identify which roads need to be resurfaced and in what order. It makes it more of a scientific analysis of here's where you need to put your dollars in to get the best bang for your buck.
If the funding is approved, Transmap, which last assessed the city's roadways in 2017, would conduct the survey again. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
All week on WNZF, you've been hearing from city council members on their favorite approach for picking a new permanent city manager. Denise Bevan is currently serving as interim city manager. City Councilman Nick Klufis called for a streamlined approach.
And it's my opinion that we should establish a process amongst our council members and our mayor and follow that process for all candidates that would like to apply to be city manager. I don't necessarily have anyone that I could specifically point to right now and say this person would make a tremendous city manager that is outside of current city staff. So in my opinion, Denise is doing a fantastic job, but I don't have anyone who I would specifically say I know for a fact that they could do a better job than Denise is filling that role today.
Klufis believes the search can be conducted in-house, and the most critical step in their hiring process will be the candidates' interviews with department directors. Christmas in July is a rousing success in Flagler Beach. Karen Johnson has the story.
The Flagler Beach Police Department is proud to announce the completion of its inaugural summer traffic safety educational campaign, Christmas in July. Flagler Beach Police Chief Matt Downey says officers from the Flagler Beach Police Department issued a total of 179 toy waivers, along with warning citations for non-criminal state traffic and city parking offenses, for a good cause.
Toys for Tickets want an idea of paying it forward, and instead of writing people citations during the holidays, we would write them warnings and then just ask them if they could afford to buy a new unwrapped toy to donate to Christmas Come True.
Along with making dreams come true for kids, the community's drivers benefit too.
To get people to understand the rules of the road, whether it's speeding or wearing your seatbelt, it's a safety. So this program is, not just safety based, it's educational based.
All toys from this initiative will be donated to the local nonprofit charity Christmas Come True to be distributed to local families. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Local businesses are already struggling from the original COVID variant, and now comes Delta.
Greg Blose is the president and CEO of Palm Coast Flagler Regional Chamber of Commerce. He said that businesses have to do their part to combat COVID and the Delta variant.
When I think about businesses and business owners and Senate Bill 72, which shields business owners from COVID liability, well, business owners need to show and document that they have made a good faith effort to substantially comply with the issued health standards or guidance.
Blase is calling on businesses to self-regulate since he says that elected leaders are not moving fast enough. He said that for Senate Bill 72 to protect businesses, employees at those businesses need to wear masks.
If you have employees in an indoor public setting, they should be masked.
Live Shop Play is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 9:30. The podcast is on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, this is avoidable. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.